The Nintendo Direct ended at like 12:30 AM for me, so instead of doing what every other Zelda content creator did, making analysis videos straight after the Direct, I went to bed. So, good morning. So, I guess today we'll talk about Breath of the Wild 2's trailer. Oh, it's got a new name now. Tears of the Kingdom. It's poetic. Now, I just want to start with a preface that we'll get into a little bit later on in this video, is that we all have our theories about what's going to be in the game. That's all exciting, and we're going to analyze it and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, none of us really know what's going to be in the final version of the game. We only have a few trailers to go by, really, and I think that's super important when it comes to these analysis videos, is that we actually don't know. So before you guys say, oh, mr-agame said it's going to be in the game, I actually don't know. And all the other content creators out there doing analysis videos, they don't know either. So just remember that by the end of this video, okay? We'll get to that in a second. The trailer starts off with some old etchings on the wall with a monster, followed by a depiction of war with bokoblins, moblins, and an army. Are they Hylian? Sheikah? Another tribe? I'm not too sure. I've heard a few people mention the Zonai, an ancient tribe in Breath of the Wild that apparently had been wiped out. Nintendo Black Crisis has a lot more on the Zonai if you want to check his stuff out. He goes into a lot more detail than I do. There's another engraving of what looks to be the goddess's chosen one, Princess Zelda, along with another engraving of someone else. Is that Zelda 2, or is that another person? Is it Ganondorf? It then cuts to a scene with Link pushing open a door and running out into an expansive sky world and diving into the clouds below. It looks sick. One thing I noticed is that Link jumps and dives straight down. I think that maybe the sky areas and Hyrule Field areas will be separate worlds. Kinda like Skyward Sword, how you drop into various sections of the world, but not as rigid. There's also a shot afterwards of a rock being sent back up to the sky, like an elevator. It looks like that reverse stasis style mechanic shown in the previous trailer. Then there's a shot of barbarian-style Link climbing on a tree root on a floating isle. And then a shot of Link continuing to dive straight down with what seems to be Hyrule Castle floating in the distance, with higher floating isles littering the horizon. Also notice Death Mountain. What on earth is coming out of that? Link then lands on a mechanical jet. If you notice on the rock face in front of him, there's some ancient scribble on the ground too. The trailer then shows the title, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, with some cool Zonai statue-like pattern with the title and a cool design of the Master Sword. We also get a release date of May 12th, 2023. Look, aside from the name and the release date, I don't think there's a whole lot to go off of here, unless you want to start picking apart every tiny detail, which is something I don't do. I think it looks great and I can't wait to play it, but when it comes to all that kind of tiny detail stuff, I'll let other YouTubers take the lead on that. Like Zeltic, he does a great job. His analysis video is really good. You should check that out. I do have some questions though. Is the map of Hyrule going to be the same as Breath of the Wild? I hope there's going to be a fair difference between the Breath of the Wild map and the Tears of the Kingdom map. But at the same time, it is a direct sequel, so I don't know how they could actually do that with a sequel, unless there's some sort of cataclysmic earthquake that ruins all of Hyrule, and then, oh my gosh, there's the mountains over there when they should be over there. Next question. Is the title Tears of the Kingdom or Tears of the Kingdom, implying that Hyrule is about to be ripped apart from underneath? This could be some kind of opposite Majora's Mask situation where instead of the moon falling, you got something underground which comes up, bang, destroys everything, everyone dies. Or both. In the trailer though, we do see some engraved tears around that monster at the very start, so tears does check out. But it's interesting. You might just want to hold on to that. Like, you never know. Again, you never know. I don't know. This is all speculation. Remember, I'm just a guy on the internet who plays video games, and I'm making this video from the back garage room in my house, just talking about Zelda. I don't have any credibility on the internet, apart from the fact that I like Zelda. Please remember that. Which leads me to my next topic of conversation. The rumor mill. With this video, I've been very deliberate in saying that I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't want people to take my theories as factual, because at the end of the day, I don't work for Nintendo. I don't know what they're doing over there in Japan. I don't know. And the truth is, every other content creator out there is the same. They don't know. There seems to be this real stigma going on with Nintendo Directs now, and I'm getting quite sick of it. Rumors outlining Nintendo Directs with baseless leaks, and then other content creators taking that information, displaying it as factual with monetized videos and clickbait titles is starting to go too far. I don't want to start any beef with anyone, but there's a high probability that if you go onto YouTube and you type in Breath of the Wild 2 news, or even better, Nintendo Switch Pro news, you might get a good idea of the type of content creators I'm talking about.
This is Ultra Lord!
Sheen, this is the 7th week in a row
Oh, you've shown Ultra Lord in class!
This one is different.
This Nintendo Direct was rumored to be a Zelda blowout, with ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess all but confirmed. Content creators took this information and ran miles with it, claiming that this was inevitable, with news stories that were monetized with clickbait thumbnails, building up hype to the point where everyone would be disappointed. We didn't get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, we got farming simulators instead. Where's the accountability here? Is there an apology from these content creators when what they were claiming to be truth turned out to be a lie? Or is there another quickly made video made by them which is monetized with a clickbait thumbnail which at the very start of the video starts off with something like, well, I can't say I'm not disappointed with that Nintendo Direct. How are you disappointed? You reported on this. See, this is what annoys me with this rumor culture and hype building scenarios with Nintendo Directs. It lets the community down, and it's sad to see people disappointed about games that they feel entitled to that were never theirs to begin with. And look, I don't want to be labeled a Nintendo shill or anything. I like Nintendo games, I think they're good, but they've done some missteps, especially this year. Their Nintendo Switch Online service is garbage, and I definitely think they could be doing a lot better in terms of preserving older games. But if you're one of those people who are feeling a little bit cheated by Nintendo for not having Wind Waker and Twilight Princess ports, I think it might be time to assess where you're getting your news from and make an assessment on whether that news is actually credible or not. Feeding into those rumors will really only lead you to disappointment, especially when all the news about the Direct being a Zelda blowout comes from one singular source. Anyway, that's all from me. What did you think about the Nintendo Direct? Did you love all the farming simulators? What about Pikmin 4? I'm excited for Pikmin 4, I can't wait to play that. I don't normally do these types of analysis videos, but I figured today was just like the one that broke the camel's back and I was done with the rumor mill. I normally do a lot of Zelda content, I'm even playing Splatoon, so if you like gameplay, why don't you subscribe? That'd be awesome. That's all from me. Hope you have a great day. Remember to bring your A game.